Okay, we literally just stopped the last video and I just started the new video. So, welcome. If you haven't seen episode 1 of season 1 of, what am I calling this? What am I calling this series? I don't even remember. Interstellar Healing Series. Christ Conscious Cosmos. Now, in the first episode, recap, we discuss. I don't know, go watch it. But, okay, we're going to do a quick disclaimer like I did in the previous one. And when I raise my hand, that's when we start the message, okay? So here's a little repeat. Disclaimer. If you are religious and you believe in God, Allah, Yahweh, whatever you want to call it, right? The ultimate creator of all that is. If you believe that there is a creator who can create this magnificent world and this perfect solar system and all these amazing creatures and all these amazing plant life and all these amazing different kinds of people and then what makes you think for 2 seconds that this magnificent creator can't create other cosmos, other universes, other time-space continuums, other dimensions? I don't know. I'm speaking above my pay grade, but, if it is creator of everything, then it's creator of things that I can't even comprehend. Because I'm not creator. Right? Okay? So, now that that's out of the way, sorry, I'm having pant wars with my 3-year-old. um, watch the first episode. Okay. Secondly, this is an entertainment channel, and I'm doing my readings on this channel, Jesus Loves Your History, because Into the Mystic Ash is in YouTube timeout. That's an entertainment channel too, but apparently I get taken very seriously by the YouTube gods. So we're over here, and when I can go live, I have to hit 50 subscribers to be able to start going live again. So I'm even in timeout over here. But the previous video, the previous season, previous episode, not season, previous episode, we left off with the concept of abductions, right? Interstellar abductions. Interstellar abductions? I don't know what they're called. Abductions. And I was watching, I gotta put it in the description box. I just gotta put it in her video that I'm referencing. It's an Allison Rose tarot reader. Her video that I'm referencing that started this whole series. Okay? So go watch it. But she had mentioned in there discussions of initially abducting humans, not realizing we were sentient beings, doing medical research on us, doing reproductive trials and tests on us, right? Bless you, bless you. And how once they realized we were sentient beings, they stopped and they realized, oh my god, they're not cows. Like, they were equating us with livestock, and the way that we treat livestock, the way we treat animals, is how they were treating us. Because, like, oh, they're not sentient beings. Because, well, I believe it's like, why would sentient beings treat creation the way that they treat it? Why would they destroy each other? Why would they, if they're so enlightened, why do they act like garbage? Anyway, but that's an opinion. But, that's how I feel. Like, why? But I equate it to how we treat one another. We have more slaves in today's time than we ever did in history. More women, children, men are enslaved, whether it's work slavery, sex slavery, right? Knowledge slavery, like somebody who's really intelligent and you use them for their brain power, but they're a slave, like they can't go anywhere and they can't do anything, they just have to, you know. We treat more people like slaves today than we ever did in history. So how evolved could we possibly be, right? First of all. So when you think to yourself, how could they, test on us and do all these, breeding programs with us and how could we do it to each other? How could we do it to all the animals around us? How could we wipe out thousands of acres worth of life for some non-existent materialistic gain? So, you want to judge them for doing to us what we do to each other and what we do to our planet and what we do to all the creatures that we are in charge of taking care of. I don't blame them for thinking that we're not sentient, because we don't act like it. We don't act like we ain't got we act like we ain't got no raisin, like we haven't been raised properly. We act like we haven't had any kind of morals or ethics or integrity instilled in us, because a lot of people out here wilding out like friggin' retards, and I don't mean in a good way. Okay? So, and if you're worried about being offended here, you will be. So, if you don't like what I say, go away. So, okay. Two of Cups energy. Oh, I forgot to raise my hand. Shit. I might need to go back a few minutes. I always do this. Well, I did it last time anyway. I'm going to probably do this again next time. You need to probably rewind a few minutes. I don't know where my message actually began. Anyway. So, 8 of Wands is energy of swiftness. Something happening. An action happening very quickly. 3 of Pentacles is groups working together. Right? Now, if there's a possibility that there's a swift call to action for sentient beings across solar systems, galaxies, universe, I don't know, dimensions, I have no idea. I don't know the extent of everything, okay? But I do know that things are possible, okay? So let's talk about it as if it is possible. So there might be a very swift call by the angels, which are, the creators. Oh my God, Temperance twice? Angels, angels. Look at this. Look at this picture. Sun and the moon. Right? Is that what that is? Yeah, sun and the moon. There's a swift call to action. That energy actually could be extraterrestrial, which is outside of this earth, right? Extraterrestrial. Terrestrial is Terra, earth energy. So that right there, see the angel wings? That could be energies from afar coming in quickly trying to work with us. There's this Queen of Wands energy here. And the Three of Wands. Hey, I need you to come with us. We need you to work with us. We need to start working together. We need to start getting things sorted. Got a lot of injured souls out here. A lot of injured souls all over. That need to be balanced out. That need healing. Right? Healing from heartbreak. Healing from heartbreak. And you might be the one to do it. And by one, I mean many. Okay? It's a group effort. There are human sentient energies all over this planet who are absolutely beautiful souls that have the ability to step into a room and heal it with their presence. They walk into an argument and they're able to heal it with their presence. Instead of spending their life focusing on gossiping or getting one up on someone or focusing on money or focusing on assets and focusing on bullying or whatever, they focused on managing their chi, managing their energy, right? Clearing out their karmic cache, right? You know, on your phone or your laptop, and you can clear out all the background noise on your and make your computer speed up, or your phone speed up when you clear out all the cache or the cache, whatever it's called. We have sentient beings all over this planet. As rare as they are, they do exist. And they work constantly. Almost, it looks effortless, but it's not. And they're moving with the flow of the universe to try and bring peace and balance. Sentient beings from, you say on high, because it's outside of our, what is it called? Our sphere? Outside of our, I want to say ecosystem, which is probably how they refer to us. This is probably biodome for them, but we look up at our sky and we look as that on high, right? But I mean, our world is spinning, and which way really is up? Okay, sorry. I'll step back from that. But okay, when you see that there's a few individuals going around trying to bring that cohesive energy, that cohesive spirit, that compassion, they're seeing this and they're moving quickly because they're like, we got to move quickly because we have stupid humans on this planet who are trying to self-destruct with their ignorance and their hatred and their disharmony and their jealousy and their greed and their, right? And then we've got another subset of human sentient beings that are actually trying to hold it all together. There are more doing damage than there are doing good, but the ones that are doing good are managing to balance it somehow. We need to accelerate this side. We need to accelerate this side and we need to work with them. But if we go to them with no pants on, watch the previous episode. Will they be able to look at us, or are they going to be so distracted by your pantlessness? Right? Maybe some of them have wings. Maybe some of them have all sorts of things going on. And how long is it going to take for you guys to get over that? Actually, you know what? Now that I put 2 and 2 together, well, 10 and 4, because temperance is 14, which is angel energy, right? And anyway, so you hear stories of angels, and oh, they look like a bunch of eyeballs, or they have, angel wings, or whatever. they're all described all different ways, probably because there's multiple different kinds, right, of extraterrestrial sentient beings, right? But one thing that they have in common is they can't, um, some of these beings, not all of them actually, but some of them I noticed in the way that they're described is when they communicate, it's like you can't hear them because it'll like puncture your eardrums, or it will like bleed your eyes out, or like you can't we're not on the frequency where we can communicate with them. And if you go back to the previous episode that I just discussed, if you think about how they manage to manifest telepathy because of their trauma, right? When they speak, they scream. You know, there's no middle ground. There's no their frequency is like piercing. And we're not at a frequency where we can handle that without imploding. So it would make sense that they would want to kind of keep some distance, right? Okay, well, if we communicate with them, we might implode, and their brains might bleed, and so we can't really speak to them, but we got to get their mental telepathy up to par because that's the only way we can talk to them. But then, even being in their presence is so off-putting because it's like looking at somebody with no pants on running through the town square. It's like, I'm so distracted by the pantlessness of the situation that I can't focus. Right? I'm so distracted by the reproductive organs on their forehead that I can't process what they're trying to tell me, and they're trying to save our existence. We are on the verge of self-destructing into oblivion, where there will be no record of us in galactic history books because we will have disappeared ourselves. Also, go and listen to her video in full and tell me what you think of her description of nuclear war and the little fiery hellions that are doing the chaotic destruction that comes out of that. Like, splitting an atom is like splitting a universe. And the energy that comes out of that is like pure evil because they're like, well, you did this, so now we're going to do this to you. Now imagine that on mass scale. Right? So, okay, this is now sounding crazy because you need to watch her video before you listen to me. But you split an atom in a bomb form to destroy people, places, things, ideas, right? Because they're held within the people, places, and things of which you're trying to destroy. Have you seen the pictures and the videos of what it looks like when people experience that? Generational damage that it's doing? The radiation, like what happens to the people, the like skin that melts off their bodies is horrific. And she is talking about it from a spiritual standpoint, from an energetic standpoint. We talk about demons, like she said, like we talk about demons like they're under the ground somewhere in some, like, in the earth. This isn't demonic. This is like just pure fire hell energy. Like, it's not even hell, it's like pure, like, I don't even know how to explain it. It's like psychoness in its purest form, just like melting the skin off things and just destroying reality. Okay? And we're on the verge of doing this to each other on a mass scale. That's retarded, and not in a good way. I'm not talking about clinical retardation. Those people are beautiful. I'm talking about the psychos who are in charge, who are like not physically deformed, but mentally off their rockers. Maybe I need to come up with a better term, but it's the term I grew up with because, you know, I'm a politically incorrect 90s baby. I guess technically 80s. I was born in the 80s, but I grew up in the 90s. I don't know. Doesn't matter. If you're looking for politically correct, this is not the place for you. Okay? But Interstellar Healing Series, Christ Conscious Cosmos, is about helping not only to heal between human civilizations, but working on how do we heal our connection to extraterrestrial sentient civilizations so that we can finally elevate ourselves into a space where we can even have a seat at the table. Right now, we don't even want to know that the table exists. And there are decisions being made about us that could really do damage to us because we don't even want to acknowledge that the table is even there. We're doing this. Because we're too scared. Well, fear is okay as long as you're using it to propel you through with courage. You need to face your fear. Now, these sentient beings obviously already understand that they can't communicate to us verbally because they've probably tried to do it before and they've exploded some heads. So they care enough about us not to do that. They already know that showing up just willy-nilly scares the shit out of us, so they don't do that. They don't run around without their pants on. They know that it's, you know, we're not ready for that. But it's our responsibility to get ready. And the only way to get ready is to start healing the trauma that we're doing to each other down here and set the example so that sentient beings that are not of this earth can heal their traumas and we can work together in a Christ-conscious cosmic way. Don't let the fear and the evilness win. Because you don't want to see it. Because you don't want to hear it. Because you don't want to talk about it. Because you're too busy judging external physical space instead of listening, hearing, seeing, and speaking on the soul's energy, on the spirit of the thing. So instead of you sitting here for 23 minutes laughing and joking and talking about how I need to do my hair, I need to dress better, I need to lose weight, or I need to do this, or I need to do that, or oh, look at the background, look at the lighting, look at the this, look at... Maybe you need to close your eyes and listen. If you're so distracted by how something is looking to you. Or maybe you need to open your eyes and sit with the fact that it's okay to be different. Yeah, that person is different from me. Yeah, I want to judge what they say based on how they look. I need to evaluate that. We put people in subcategories. Hence why slavery is at an all-time high. We need to reverse this, and we need to do it quickly. Most of us humans, we love helping, we love being busy, and we love working, we love doing all sorts of things, but we don't like doing it for people who are total douchebags. We don't like being forced into doing stuff. We don't like being treated like trash. We don't, you see what I mean? Oh, how do we get them to work for minimum wage? Well, how about you treat people fairly and you won't have to be having these discussions in the first place? How can we make this work on a tangible level? Well, there was a CEO, Elijah, you cannot come over here if you do not have pants on. Well, you can't go that way unless you put these pants on. Okay, then you can't go that way. Do you need to go potty? Do you want a diaper? Okay. Well, you let me know what you want to do, but you cannot come over here if you do not have pants on. People aren't ready for no pants, Elijah. And that's, intergalactically, we're not ready for no pants anything. But we need to get ourselves ready for people and places and things to be different than what we expect. And one of the ways to do that is to start treating each other better. I don't care what race you are. I don't care what sex you are. I don't care what education level you are. If you are contributing to the organization and we cannot function without you and your position here, everybody's getting paid $70,000 a year. I don't need to be a billionaire, but everybody needs to have a living wage. So everybody in my organization is going to be making $85,000 a year. Even the cleaning lady. Even the guy fixing the toilets. Okay? Even the managers. Everybody's making $85,000 a year. There's no arguments. There's no nothing. Well, I do more than them. Okay, but we can't function without them just the same as we can't function without you. And we're going to start paying everybody better. And you want to make more money or you want to be special in some sort of way? Well, we'll have extracurricular things that you can do for added bonuses. How about that? You want to make more than other people? Then you can do above and beyond what we're asking of you. And we'll give you bonuses for it. Otherwise, everybody makes the same amount. How about we start there? Big conglomerate, corporate, global entities. How about you start there? Even small companies. Do you really need a yacht? Or do you need everybody to be able to pay their bills and afford their homes so they can continue to work? Because if people are too stressed out about being able to feed their families and house their families and clothe their families, they're not going to be able to give you a good job at work. And they're not going to because they're not going to feel like they should. You're asking me to do more while you're trying to give me less. You're trying to stress me out, but you want me to be optimum for slave labor proportions, basically. It's slavery on a mass scale, and it's not even people just locked in basements. Although we still have that too, which is freaking creepy. If people don't want to have sex with you, maybe you should work on being a better human being. Maybe you should clear up your trauma. Stop being so slimy and shady. Go to therapy. Take some anger management courses. Do the work. The amount of effort that you put in to stalking and obtaining individuals to torture and do whatever with, why don't you put that energy into being a better human being? And then you won't have to do all those things. And in homes, husbands and wives, you need to start maybe treating each other with a little bit more respect. Start by being honest with each other. And then deciding based on that honesty, do we really want to be together? There's so many people that talk about how, you gotta lie to your partner in order to have a good marriage. Only if you guys are not meant to be together. Why would you want to be with somebody you have to lie to constantly about everything? That's crazy. When there's somebody out there that probably is just like you who would love to be with somebody like you. So let's start off with everybody being honest with each other and deciding whether or not they want to stay together. And then we need to start working on, we need classes. We need communication classes. We need how to look people in the eye. That's part of communication. How to put your frickin' phone down. That's part of communication. You know? How to put your loved ones at the forefront and treat them the way that you want to be treated. We need to start reintroducing Christ consciousness in a cosmic way. Starting at an individual level and then working our way up. Healing ourselves. Working with one another in a very healing fashion. There are very simple, tangible things that we can do to set the example on an interstellar scale so that we deserve a seat at the table where decisions are being made on our behalf. And we don't even know about them. Anyway, I love this discussion. It's fascinating. 3131. Okay, we're going to stop there and we're going to do another one of these episodes. But I want to upload these two first. And then we'll do a 3 of cups. So it's Ace of Cups, 2 of Cups, working, partnership, right? And now we're going to go into 3 of Cups. Celebration. Celebrating each other. You know? We said it all had to be, all work and no play. We should definitely have play in this experience, and we should learn how to party with each other and have fun and be kind to each other, and we can do that without being insidious, creepy, and disgusting. It's almost like we've introduced this idea that, a party ain't a party unless someone's being shitty, and that's not true. You can have amazing celebrations and raise the vibration of the group in such a wonderful, healthy way, and people can be buzzing just off of the good conversation, dancing, singing, joyously celebrating one another, listening to each other, learning with each other, pulling out books and discussing topics and playing board games. You don't even need alcohol. You don't need any of that stuff. Right? We're using that as a crutch because we don't know how to communicate with each other, which is where the communication class is partnering with each other to emotionally evolve with each other. Hey, what do you need in a relationship? What do you need in a work environment? What do you need in a parent-child energy? What do you need in a friendship? Right? And I'll tell you what I need. And we'll either meet in the middle or we'll realign with other people. 33. Okay, we're gonna end there and we'll do another one of, I don't know when.